give it to somebody that doesn't
Yes.
have it.
God multiplies that.
Yes.
And I'm
God
glad that we
multiplies.
today. I'm gonna reach over and we
Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a hug. I'm a hugger.
And we're gonna be hugging and all of that other shit, and we're just happy to be
And
here
it's
today.
ironic because just the other night, right, we was talking about that the event that you had scheduled to do the actual toy drive there was something wrong with the details.
Yes.
Situation,
and then
yes.
you was actually looking for a new location so you could get these toys to give them out on your party for the children. And you got
Exactly.
very passionate during that call. And you was like, yo, I don't care about nobody right now but my children. I want my children to get toys.
That's it.
Exactly.
And coats and everything. Everybody that's out there listening on my live, on that live, on this live, on the stream, on everywhere. Bring these toys and these coats and this business attire, these dress suits, everything y'all have. Bring them in, and we're gonna donate them, and we're gonna get it going and get these people and these kids what they need. And don't worry about what y'all have, because I'm pretty sure y'all already finished Christmas shopping. Y'all at Woodbury are doing everything y'all doing. Give something back, whether it's new, used, halfway. Somebody can always use it. Toys, we asking for unopened toys, but whatever we can get, we want.
Yes.
Coats, we have some used, we have some brand new with tags. We taking everything because it's cold, period, and people don't have, and that's just what we're gonna say.
I appreciate everybody that could come. Just please come. I have safe
and that's
links.
On the 16th, right?
Yeah, on the 16th at Side Street from 3 to 6. I also have 6 links. They're gonna be there. I give safe links.
Safe
you see?
That's
why she got me.
The boat.
I gotta help
the translator.
A lot of us are live on Facebook, and somebody on one of our live chats, they said that they actually love your accent.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
The glory's on.
What happened?
Where are you from? Where did you get off the boat from?
Girl, the banana boat. I'm a plátano. Yeah.
Dominican.
Yeah.
I be like,
can you tell?
My Puerto Rican friends eat plátanos too. I'm like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
No, the Puerto Ricans eat plátano maduro. We eat plátano verde. We de
I always thought
mango.
that wasn't fair, just for the record, that when they made the Dominicans need the passport and then the Puerto Ricans don't, I always thought it was a big controversy with that. I don't understand it.
Listen.
Maybe Trump will work it out.
Listen, let me tell you something. I don't want to go there because my mom is Puerto Rican. But I always tell her. No, I always tell her, listen. I don't want to get there because I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends. But
I want to take a chance.
We'll talk about
I want to take a chance to remind the viewers that if y'all want to get involved, y'all can actually call in. Number 718-239-9200. In case you got any more questions for these ladies. Anything y'all want to show support, y'all want to show love.
Find out how to donate, find out where to bring things.
And every donation, I just want to throw it out there, it is tax deductible. So if you have anything, the taxes are coming.
If that's your goal.
Amen.
If that's your but I'm just saying
if they are, you have to write.
If you want to do it as a write-off, that's fine.
Right.
There's a lot of things that are gonna be going. And I want to invite you guys. We have another one on the 20th of January. It's human trafficking.
Yes.
Human trafficking. We're doing a pre-screening on that. If you want to do
all right, we're definitely going to be in touch to find out where we can go for that.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. My girl right here, she has a powerful story.
Okay.
Her bio is really, really, really intense.
Yeah, well. So you guys were talking about domestic violence. I've been a victim of domestic violence since I was 7 years old. I had a really tough life. You know, I'm not out here to bash. I've come to forgive my my mom and my stepfather. He passed away. I was physically abused, and I was molested at the age of 7, and I was raped at the age of 15 years old. It came to a point where I was always running away from home, not because I wanted to be in the street hanging out and doing stupid things, which is what I obviously did because I was young and I was being rebellious because of what was going on at home. But I was lucky to have friends like Gisselle growing up, and my cousins. My cousins are the best. We're really tight. You know what I'm saying? And being a victim of domestic violence at home, I had like that daddy syndrome. You know what I mean?
That most of us have.
My real father left when I was a baby, and my mom remarried when she was 7 years old, and she had another baby. And I love my brother. My brother is the best. I love Tommy to death. But, you know, every family has its secrets and its problems, you know. My mom did the best she could by providing. My mom was an awesome provider. My mom made sure I went to good schools. She made sure I had clean clothes on my back. But when it came to the other stuff, it was like, I don't know if she couldn't deal with it, or she just turned a blind eye. And as a young girl, I held a lot of resentment towards her when I was younger. So, but as I got older, I actually just started going crazy. I got into a relationship with my oldest son's father, and he used to abuse me as well. But I rather have stayed with him than go home and be abused by my father and have my mother turn the other cheek, you know? So I put up with it then. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I didn't get abusive either, because, you know, I was small. I was tiny. I was like 110 pounds wet growing up, you know? Right. So I had to learn how to defend myself, and that's what I did. I used to fight. I was a fighter growing up. I had fights in the streets. I had fights at home. I was just really bad.
Oh, did she?
Yes. So.
Oh, this shit.
Shut up. Anyway, like I said, I had Brandon at 19 years old, and I actually lost a baby the year before I had Brandon because his father had beat me while I was pregnant, and I had a stillborn baby at 9 months. And my son was born exactly 1 year later on her due date. So that was like heaven sent for me, you know. But still, I tried. I went to school. I tried to go to college. I couldn't do it because I had my son and I was on my own. I got my first apartment at 19 years old. I've been through so many different things. It's ridiculous.
And that's
I got married to my husband. Well, I met my husband in the year of 2000. And it was really difficult because I had so much of a history with abuse and everything. But he was good to me, but he was also mentally, emotionally, financially abusive. And abuse is abuse regardless. Even if I'm not getting physically hit, the way he used to speak to me, he used to tell me, I used to tell him, I think I need to go see a therapist. You know, I got a lot of baggage I'm carrying. And he would tell me things like, it's all in your head. You got me. Don't worry about it.
Right,
yeah, you know, you don't need to tell people your problems. I don't want people knowing our business.
Right.
But you know what? I didn't get the help. And eventually my marriage, I had 2 kids. I had 2 more children. And my marriage went kaput. And I decided to leave my marriage. And right now I am very, very just going through something because my husband, I got into some trouble 2 years ago and I ended up getting incarcerated. You know, it was a financial situation where I asked my husband to help me because I was raising 3 children on Social Security disability, and he didn't want to give me spousal support, nor did he want to pay me child support. He told me, when the kids are with you, you have to take care of them. When they're with me, I take care of them. Okay. So it left me in a situation where I'm getting a $900 check a month, but I have to support 3 boys, myself, put food on the table, and pay rent. And I was too embarrassed to go and ask for help because I felt that insecurity. I didn't know what the word self-worth meant at that time in my life. So I got into it with some people, and I went and I did like some credit card things, and I got pulled into a big indictment, and I am not a snitch. You know what I'm saying? I did the crime, I do my time. What you did, I don't know. I know what I did. So I took the time for what I did, and I got sentenced to 1 to 3. I stood in Bedford for about 6 months, and it was really hard because in the beginning of a sentence, like I just, all I know is that what the little bit I did have was gone. You know, my kids, my family, even though I got to speak to people on the phone, it wasn't the same. It's not like looking somebody in the face, you know, and then, you know, out of sight, out of mind. Right. It's the truth. You really learn who your friends are. I had one friend out of all my friends, not like family like Gisselle, but friends that actually stood by me. Jessie, I love you so much. She took care of me. She used to send me my packages, my clothes, and everything.
Shout out to that.
While I was incarcerated, I was crying, and I was doing the whole pity, woe is me thing, and I had some lady come up to me and put a Bible in my hand. And she had her own private Bible study at 10 o'clock every morning. So I would go and I would sit in. Now, I went to Catholic school, so I read the Bible before. You know, I used to go to church every Sunday, but I didn't know because it was Catholic school. You know, I'm not religion. We're not going to get into this, but it was Catholic school, and I used to fall asleep in church. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't know. I just knew there was a God. I knew there was a Jesus, yada, yada. But when I started going with them, I started studying the scriptures, and I started realizing all that love that I was looking for somebody else, I never really needed.
Right.
I didn't need that. It was there. It was me that was running away from it. Yeah. Anyway, I started going to church. I started praising. Pastor Thornhill was at Bedford. You know, I used to go to all his Bible studies, sit there, and I started really evaluating my life, where I came from, you know, what parts I actually played. You know, I played parts in my downfall as well. You know, I can't actually put the blame on him. I had to learn how to accept responsibility for my own actions. And that wasn't easy at all, because the easiest thing to do when you're in a situation like that is to put blame. Oh, it's because of you. Mm-hmm. It's because of you. Oh, I'm here because of you. Oh, you did this to me. If you didn't do this to me, I wouldn't be here. You know, and I heard it from so many girls. Yeah.
Then it falls under self-love. It's self-love. When
staying,
drama starts with accountability, you know, drama will stop when you be accountable for your own things. You have to be accountable. Listen, but it all depends. It all happens with us. It starts with us, the mothers that we're raising our kids. Exactly. We teach our kids differently, our daughters differently than our men. Sometimes the women think that they validate themselves if they have a companionship, but you don't need nobody to complete you. You was already born complete. You need somebody to complement you.
And women rule the world. It's just
exactly.
We are the architects. We are the architects of the world.
We manipulated it. We did everything.
We are the architects.
And we populated it.
Everything.
And I'm giving an example to it because I'm just like mad quiet and all of y'all. And all of y'all.
And his wife is over here. And she's
I'm
like,
I'm running this.
I know, right?
The stories are incredible. Like I'm saying, and it's
but you know what? We find our strength.
Yes.
She found her strength. And yes,
I started teaching.
With my non-for-profit, like right now she's helping me. She's building her resume because I want her to do a non-for-profit for re-entry and HIV as well. Right. So this is going to be, so it's helping each other. Queen empower queens. Right. We have to come together. That gossip and that, we don't have time for that.
Right, exactly.
The community need us. Yes, no, we got to do for others.
All right, but now look, this is what I would like to do. We're going to take like a 5-minute break.
Okay.
And then if y'all okay with it, after the break we can come in.
Okay.
And we can talk more about
That's
the
good.
project.
Yeah.
Follow up with this drive.
Get to you at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, during the break, we're actually going to play a few clippings of videos of stuff examples of your project.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Yay.
This is my
useful tools they can use to better their lives. And a couple of brunch sites looking to bring in more customers to their restaurant in order to raise money to feed themselves and some local animals. Amanda Bossert, you're watching News 12 The Bronx. Well, some Bronx sites getting a second chance today to get out of the homeless shelter and into an office. News 12 The Bronx reporter Rena Roy joining us now from East 156th Street to explain. Yeah, Amanda, right now these guys behind me are getting some tips on how to get a job so they can turn their lives around. But that's not all. They're also doing full makeovers, new suits, new shoes, and a clean haircut. And it's all thanks to Gisselle, Brea, founder of the Giveback Project. She handpicked these men from Willow Men's Shelter, then bought all of these supplies with her own money. She says she knows how hard it is for these homeless men to get back on their feet, and she wants to give them a permanent solution. And Sandy Michael, who's been in the shelter for over a year, says he hopes it does just that.
I have a lot of inspiration, just like anyone else.
And we're here by 150th, and she just want to have a message for those that are probably going through drug addiction. She's 50 years old. She's trying to get clean. She got grandkids and a family that she misses very much. Anyone, anything you want to tell the people that are going, tell your story.
Well, she said I'm 50, I have grandkids that I barely even know. I have one that's 9 months that I just met yesterday, and due to the fact that he was up the street in Lincoln Hospital, so I got the chance to see him briefly. And I'm out here just because, I mean, I know I have family, but they don't want to see me like this. I got to get my stuff together in order for me to be around my grandkids. And my daughters are giving me tough love because of my addiction, and it's gotten me nowhere. So if you guys are on drugs, listen, there's nothing out here. It ain't like it used to be. The drugs, I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. And I should be practicing what I'm preaching. For those who are still, that don't want to listen, you got a long way to go.
The streets will take you, right? There's no love in the streets.
Right. There's none. If the street won't take you, somebody else will.
Amen to that. Anthony, see the experience what we have. Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. We out here, GNN, on Lucky 7 Promotions, breaking barriers. We out here making a difference. We out here with Maria, much others over here on this side over here.
Let's go and see the others. This is very, very touching. And this is how they live, by the church. Okay?
Yeah, we just out here trying to make a difference. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. This is a way that we're giving back. We've been out here pretty much all day, going around the Bronx and just helping out, man. Just giving it back, paying it forward.
If you have something, just give back. Not only on Thanksgiving, but any day. De nada, mi amor. De nada.
De nada, papi. Dios te bendiga.
One smile can make a big difference.
You see this guy? He said, I looked like his mother.
Mira, I got hungry, I got food.
No, que le estoy diciendo a la gente que tú pensabas que yo era tu mamá.
Ya se parece a mi madre. Mi mamá está en Puerto Rico, es pastora de un ministerio. Y ella se parece, a mi mamá le da comida a los deambulantes también allá. Dios me la bendiga.
Gracias, mi amor. Te me cuidas, ¿ok? Bye bye, mi amor.
Dios me la bendiga.
Oye, Boris, a la orden, mi manito, te me cuida por ahí.
Ese es Anthony. Ese es el barigal de nosotros. Es el barigal mío. Con su esposa allí.
Oye, mira, valiente. Los que arrebatan el chico.
Así mismo. Okay. Have a good night, guys. Get forward. Love is love.
Pay it forward. It's not all about us. So it's about giving it back.
Right.
It's a great feeling.
One love. So we came to a shelter for women and families to give out packages. And we met Diana. Diana es una mujer que she encountered domestic violence, and that's what brought her and her 13-year-old daughter here. And say hi. Hola.
Mi nombre es Diana y yo le digo a cualquier mujer que esté pasando por violencia doméstica, sea verbal, sea como sea, que sean fuertes, que luchen y que traten de salir adelante por su propia meta, por sus propios logros, y que salgan adelante y que dejen todo lo que pasó, que lo dejen atrás y que sigan adelante, que una mujer sola puede salir adelante con fe en Dios.
That's right. Siempre. Gracias. Gracias, Diana.
Sí.
And then I got Laurita Castillo here.
Hola.
And not only is she going with the shelter, look what Laura's giving. She's giving out blankets and a TV. Look. Bendito. She came from all the way from Connecticut, and they just been here for 2 weeks. So God is good. And always, 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 as you say, empezar de nuevo, déjalo todo botado y seguimos para adelante. Bye, mami. Welcome to Tales of a Survivor, a talk show that highlights individuals that have overcome abuse and the steps that they've taken to get their life back. We hope that you could mirror yourself in some of the stories that will be shared and find the strength from within to say no more. I am worthy of a lot more. Today's topic, a complex one that we're going to be divided in 2 parts. And with us, Chastity Rosario.
Hello.
Hi, Chastity, and thank you for coming.
Hi.
Well, today's show, as you could probably read, the topic is abuse, sex, alcohol, and prison. I think I said it right, my accent. But, prison, did I say it right?
Prison.
Okay, prison. I know Chastity for many years, and I want her to walk you through her journey before we go into the strength and where she's at today, which is in a very good place.
Yes.
So, Chastity, talk to me. Tell me everything. Let's start from the beginning, because I know it started at a very young age.
Yes, it did. For as long as I remember, I've been feeling kind of insecure about myself. I had a lot of insecurities growing up. At the age of 7 years old, I guess that's when everything started to change. I remember being a real spoiled little girl before 7 years old. My mom was great at that point in my life. I love my mother to death. She's been a constant in my life. But at the age of 7 years old,
what changed?
My mom got remarried, and it just wasn't the same anymore. My stepfather, at the age of 7 years old, you don't really know what's going on in people's lives, you know. And my stepfather was an alcoholic, and unfortunately, he was a drug user as well, and he was very abusive.
Okay, when you say abusive, and I'm sorry to cut you off, when you say abusive, like, I want to go as much detail as possible, of course. Up in the age of 6, it was just you and your mother.
Yes.
Okay, and it was a great time because she was just paying attention to you. And you have any siblings?
Well, my mother, when she got with my stepfather, she was pregnant, so she had my brother. They did get married right before my brother was born, but at that point in my life, it was like, I just felt like I didn't belong anymore, you know? It was like they were the happy family and I was the misfit, you know? Oh. My mom tried to buy my father's love from me, so she continued to buy me nice things. My mother was a great provider.
Okay.
She provided all the time. I always had a beautiful home, nice room, nice clothes, good schools. I went to private schools. But it didn't substitute for what I was losing from her, her attention, her love, her being there. My stepfather physically abused me. He was 19 years old and I was 7 when my mom married him, and it was a really hard transition.
I'm sorry, your stepfather was 19?
My mother was 28 and my stepfather was 19 when they got married.
Okay.
So having a 19-year-old father at the age of 7 that came out of the blue was kind of awkward. It was more like having a big brother there, but, you know, I guess he, you know, he tried, but I don't think that he was really ready to take on the whole thing and then go through whatever it was that he was going through in his life. At 7 years old, I didn't know what that was. All I remember is him coming home drunk, arguing with my mom.
Well, he was 19, you know.
Causing arguments and fights. He picked on me a little bit, you know. If I didn't wash the dishes right, I remember him waking me up in the middle of the night, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning at 7 years old because I didn't wash the dish right, or because his avocado plant was missing a toothpick in it, you know. And I would not only get yelled at, but I would physically get hit.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Did your mother get in the way when this happened and all this abuse? What did your mother do? How did your mother act? Did she side with him? Did she side with you? How did you felt at 7 years old? Because your story, a lot of divorced parents, you know, sometimes the kid feels unfit, like you said, like it was a misfit, like you didn't belong.
Exactly.
So how did your mother act towards those abuse?
In the beginning, I'm not sure she was too aware of it, and whatever was perspiring between the both of them, I think she tried to hide that from me. I don't know how she handled it with him, but in my eyes as a 7-year-old, from what I can see, it was non-existent. There was no reaction. There was no comforting. There was no, you know, and it started making me feel like I was the one that was doing something wrong, when in turn I really wasn't, you know. But I always used to be like, I don't deserve this, I don't want this, you know, why is this happening to me? All I want is my mom back, you know. At that point, I started like wanting my real father, my biological dad, more than ever, because I felt like I was missing out on something. I didn't know what it was to have that love from a father, you know. And I had that empty feeling inside of me, which it literally destroyed me inside, you know. By the age of 13 years old, I was running away from home, spending nights in the streets. I had my family, my cousins, my aunts, they were all there for me. They loved me, you know. They can only do so much. I had good friends like you growing up, you know, that I can run to and talk to about the situations, but it didn't make it any easier. Back then, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to get away, and running was the only way to do it, you know, to avoid the abuse.
So now let me ask you something. From 7 to 13, you stood in this, as you said, you felt like you didn't belong. So from 7 to 13, you stood in this ongoing battle, trying to get your mother's attention, trying to get...
I did everything, please. I think I got in trouble on purpose. I think I made situations worse with my stepfather. I used to tease him and make fun of him, you know.
Did he ever use drugs in front of you?
He never used drugs in front of me when I was that young. I don't remember him doing anything in front of me or in the house while I was awake. Okay. I just know that something was being... I think he may have smoked a little marijuana, you know, because as a little kid, you don't know what it smells like, but you know it was different. You know, now I know that's what it was, but... No, I don't really remember him doing anything in front of me or around me. It was just when he came home. We've gotten into accidents, I remember him coming home because he was in a bad car accident, and I'm almost positive alcohol was involved with that.
So at the age of, if nothing, what made you wanted to leave home at 13?
Because the abuse, I was being physically abused. I mean, I couldn't say boo without getting smacked. I wouldn't just get hit. I was being hit with a belt, you know, buckles, the arguing, the fighting, the constant crying for mom to help me and her not giving me anything. I was tired of it, you know.
Did she ever correct him or tell him something while you was
I don't remember.
And now honestly, for all these years, you couldn't hide that he was hitting you.
No, I couldn't. My family members knew about it.
The Matrix Radio Vision Live with DWI, live from the BXNY.
Break.
Okay.
We're back from break now.
There you go.
Basically, during the break, we played some clippings from some videos about the GB Project, about how they went on the news for doing what they do. Also, the fact is that they had there's a lot of history and why they doing what they do right now. And that's actually why I wanted to show the videos.
Yes.
The videos show that not only us noticed you, but the news actually noticed you. The community noticed you. You had people actually talking about their experiences with you.
Yes.
While you was out during the midnight run and in the shelters when you would actually distribute and stuff. So we wanted the viewers to see that. We also want to remind the viewers that y'all can call us. You can actually show support. You could also find out about different events. Like, for example, we want to clarify.
Yes, I really want to apologize to the viewers. You know, sometimes se me cruzan los cables. And in all actuality, it's Saturday the 17th at Side Street. Basement Lounge used to be. Saturday the 17th from 3 to 6. I know I said the 16 like 1,000 times, but no, it's the 17th.
Right. Do you know the address to the place?
It's 1332 Blondale Avenue.
Right. And we said
right?
again,
Westchester Square.
Westchester Square, everybody on my live that was going to pull up to the Freak Chat event or whatever y'all was going to do to donate, we have made a godly detour. And we want everything donated and bought there, and we're not gonna say it enough. I'm gonna be stalking y'all like how Cripple be in the chat room about reposting and doing what we gotta do. This is gonna be all like basically link. Cripple is like the prophet right now. We're gonna put him, and he brought things together, and everybody at DSN, everybody everywhere that I know and that I want to push is gonna do everything they can to make sure that this event is what you want it to be and what, of course, it's supposed to be. And we just want to support and make it happen. I'm loving the whole movement. I'm inspired. And, again, I can relate to a lot of the things. So, coming back from there, I'm just Cripple got his thing.
So, besides the fact of the event that you got coming up on the 17th, what else do you have going on?
Okay. So I don't get my cable crossed. I work for Con Edison, so the cables sometimes get crossed over. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look at my calendar. I know on the 20th of January, I have a film screening and a panel of discussion for human trafficking. So Showtime gave available thanks to Nini Lee as well. She's part of that. We have this show about very young girls is the name of the film. It's a documentary that shows how they get into the sex industry. We have a panel of discussion with NYPD because it's about perspective. From SVU, we're gonna have someone there. We also have former sex slaves. That one of the ladies went through that since early age. We have a retired pimp. Can you say that? Yeah, that.
Ex-pimp.
Okay.
Pimp juice is what we call a retired pimp.
We have a caller.
I gotta do this.
Hello?
Bring him up, Oren. Bring him
Hello?
up.
Hello?
Yeah?
How you doing? You on live? Backtalk Cripple3030.
Yeah, my name is JT, Mr. JT. I'm actually a good friend of some of the guys that are going to be on the radio. They call themselves Hidden Wisdom. I'm just calling to say hi and say what's up.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm actually part of some of their songs, and I just can't wait to hear it on the radio. It's awesome.
Okay, the songs haven't come up yet, but when they do, we're definitely glad that you showed love.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you
for calling in,
Thank
and we
you.
hope that you've been paying attention to the show.
Sorry?
We hope that you've been paying good attention to the show, and that hopefully you'll come through and support the
Yeah,
GP
we have
project.
everybody here from this group called Ed Sullivan Photos at NYU. These are people that we are affiliated with, and we're all tuned in watching you guys.
Nice. Thank you so much
Thank
for the
you so
support.
much.
Cripple3030 is
Appreciate
doing big. Make sure y'all pull up to the Basement Lounge.
Side streets.
Side streets.
On
Side Street?
the 17th, from 3 to 6. It's
With an unopened toy.
Yes. It's a toy giveaway, kids party.
Yes, charity event. And we want everybody at NYU to come through and support and give back to the
Yeah,
kids.
we'd be down.
And what's the address again for him?
1332 Blondell Avenue. From 3 to 6.
But you said 1332?
Yeah.
1332.
1332 Blondell Avenue.
Okay.
Yes.
Westchester Square.
Are you following Cripple or anybody? Because we're going to post it and we're going to get the flyer out and we're going to have it all over the net. And we want everybody to pull up.
I'll do that now.
Okay, you can
that's
follow
great.
Cripple so now you can give your followings. Maybe he can have everybody.
You can follow me at a Backtalk radio show. Or if you're on Instagram, you could do at Backtalk radio show. And then you're definitely gonna see all the flyers. We're gonna post them up, and like we just told you, you can bring toys, and it's gonna be distributed to children with disabilities. So it's actually for a great cause.
Yeah.
Thank
we
you.
also have a lot of
so
kids
much
from the
for calling.
community coming too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The community.
Can they bring coats and clothing to where even if they don't do it there, you can take it and do what you do from there? Because we have, like I said, a lot of new coats and. We were doing a toy and coat drop, so we have.
Because you was doing a toy and
We were
coat.
doing toy and coat, and I know it's cold. Some parents don't have the money.
Yeah.
You know what?
What's his name?
Let's wait for the conversation.
So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right,
Hey,
thank you. I
that was
appreciate it.
great.
Appreciate the support.
NYU.
All right.
Nice.
Take care.
Well, back to where was it? Oh yes, very young girls. See, I got lost for a minute there. Sorry, se me cruzaron los cables again.
You said on January 20th you have.
Yeah, we have very young girls. I will tag you. I will send you the flyer so you can put it on your website.
Definitely will do
And it's also another free event
At
most of
Side
the-
Streets.
Again.
What is Side
Again
Street?
at
Street's
Side
around?
Street is a lounge.
It's a lounge and a catering hall.
It used to be the old Coconuts
Yeah.
back in the
I actually
days.
know the old,
Basement
the old
lounge.
owner.
And then it was the
Yeah,
basement
that's
lounge.
Westchester Square.
It's
So
been
Westchester
open
Square.
over 20-something years.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I know the
it's
old
just been
owner from when it was
switching back
Coconut.
and forth.
That's actually a good friend of mine.
So yeah, I already
No,
has.
Freddie.
Oh, okay.
Freddie. Yeah.
It's Artie and Anthony Lopez now.
Okay.
Yes.
And I follow that a lot. Like I said, human trafficking, everything. Everybody knows
Yes,
I'm
yes. No, but it's another. Most of the free events I do self-defense class for people. I do empowerment for women. Yes. I do financial advisors as well for the men because it's all about saving.
How would they get in touch with you so they can get involved with that?
Okay, yes. To get involved, you could. I'll give you my email. Might be easier.
Okay.
It's ggb235@gmail.com. You can follow me on Facebook. The Giveback Project. On Instagram is my name, Gisselle, Brea, Brea, with the underscore.
Cripple's gonna put all this.
It's all right. I say slash all the time.
Yes. You said slash.
I say
slash. Everybody else is underscore, so maybe
I say the little rayita. So at the GB Project, you could just search the GB Project, and to my website is the www.gbproject.org. Tales of a Survivor, which is I'm very it's really my baby. It's just been a year. I was just awarded for the show, the clip that you showed when I was interviewing her. I was just awarded for Bronx Excellent Television as the best new show in the Bronx.
Wow.
So I just got awarded for that, and I'm very happy about it.
And
I gotta sneeze.
I want to blow up the spot. You said that I'm going to be on January 27th, right? Or
January 12th.
January 12th.
January 12th,
so
yes.
I'm going to be on that show.
No, I'm going to interview him.
Yay! That's what we need. We need more awareness.
Yes.
People need to know.
And if anybody really, listen, we all have a story. There is nobody in this world that has not survived something. No, that has not survived something. We haven't gone on scratch.
No, I was literally sat here for a reason.
So if you want to be a part, if you want to be a guest, if you want to be a guest to the show and you want to inspire those that are living abuse in silence, because there's a lot of things that are hidden behind a smile. If you want to bring awareness to what your story is, trust me when I tell you, you're not alone. What you're facing, somebody else is facing right now. And you could actually save a life. Yes. You know how many people want to just kill themselves? Amen. And we see that every day. Yeah. So I want the Bronx to support Tales of a Survivor. It's a copyrighted and trademark show. It's the only one in the United States like this that only focus on the realness. It's a raw content. It's about what we go through. I mean, come on, let's face it. Nobody want to talk about it. But I think it's time to talk about it, to break the cycle, to let's empower each other. So if you really want to be a guest, email me again, ggb235@gmail.com.
Can we tell, like, I met this guy on the train. You spoke to him. You were on the phone with him for hours. He was incarcerated for almost 20 years, right?
30 years back and forth.
30 years. And when he's
interviewing with him.
You're interviewing with him too, right?
Yeah, that was the
randomly.
I'm interviewing him first.
I met this man on the train. He was selling his story. He had his own book written. He was selling his story. And I didn't have money to buy his book. I just came home, by the way. Okay. So anyway, it really, like, it was another inspiration, and I had Giselle's card in my hand, and I said, listen, I can't buy your book, but I'm going to give you something even more. And I handed him the card, and he was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, call her. Look it up. Call her. Right. I was like, I guarantee you one experience is going to lead to another, and your story is going to be told. And then she told me, like, last week that she finally got a chance to speak to him, and now I'm hearing that you're going to be interviewing him, and God is so good. You understand?
I'm interviewing him by himself. I'm interviewing him.
I know that.
But they're going to meet each other.
I'm going to send you a whole lot of people because I did 13 and a half years myself.
Yes.
I know individuals. I could think of a few right off the top of the head that one did 16 years and came home, and he's actually signed with
and I want to talk and inspire others.
And his name is Berry Goods. Shout out to Berry Goods. I could also mention Shadow. He did 24 years in jail. He actually came out with his own combat style, and he was just inducted into the USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame.
Amen.
Nice.
Yeah.
At least coming home is not easy. It's hard starting out, and a lot of people don't have that faith to keep moving forward. You know, they see the obstacles and they don't want to go after them because they feel like where they just came from, it's going to be too hard. It ain't hard. Let me tell you, it is not hard, all right? Because I'm out here, yes, I'm struggling, but I see my future and I see it going somewhere far.
And you're going.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that we need more people to do that.
And the key
for
is
themselves.
awareness,
Yes,
Key is
absolutely.
Letting it be known.
It's about the
if you let
message.
it, society will make it so difficult for you to be able to overcome
Socioeconomically challenged is what I call us.
Yes.
Yes.
We already have a stereotype and a slot that they put us in. So it's everything is a challenge for us. Everything, overcoming things, doing new things, opening businesses, anything that we do. Minority. When I say minority, a lot of people get it confused with me. When I say it's blacks, it's Puerto Ricans, it's Dominicans, it's some white people.
It's white people too.
The biggest minority are the white people, but they try to, it's a lot of another show, but they put us into it. But we right now are the outcasts, and we have to empower ourselves and educate ourselves.
And it starts with self-love.
Right.
Self-love and self-reflection.
That's what I said.
Self-reflection.
We need to teach them what the definition of a self-worth and help them pick up their self-esteem, because anything is possible. Anything is possible. And they need to believe that.
You need the struggles to rise.
Exactly.
You don't know what's the light if you didn't experience dark.
What was that saying that they said, without struggle, there is no progress?
There is none. And I always say, too, I have a thing where I say when people use things and they say, material and this and that, I like to say Michael Jackson all the time. I say he was like one of the richest people in the world. And he was the most depressed and the most torn and the most broken person in the world. So, again, that came from you. It comes from self-empowerment, self-love, self-wealth, self-motivation. Everything is within yourself. You could have 50 million people telling you, F you, I can't do this, I can't do that. You're nothing. Like you said, domestic violence is the main one. And mental domestic violence, to me, can be worse than physical. Because you'll have somebody in the closet telling you what you can't do all day.
That's what happened to me.
It'll mentally take you down.
I literally had a nervous breakdown because of that.
Let me tell you.
I broke down.
It's like a brainwash.
It's not only a brainwash. It just, it plays in your head.
Now, Cripple, like you asked.
Listen, I will never forget the words that my husband said to me. I will never forget them. And it just really plays.
And it still plays a part in your life today, though.
Yes.
It's been reversed to power. You might hear that now and you'd be like, thank you.
Can I want to say something really quick, though.
Thank you.
I want it to be known that, there's a lot of women there's a majority of women that suffer from domestic violence, but there is a number of men who suffer from domestic violence as well. And that's why it is important to get your perspective on it,
Because the point is, if, for example, a lot of men can be in a relationship and a woman can abuse them, and they don't see it as abuse because they think that they're the man and they're actually more in control, so they don't want to admit it.
And and you know what? If they could do whatever, and if you call the cops, they're not gonna do nothing. Actually, but if you touch domestic violence, they always against the men, and why is that? I have boys.
So now
I have 3
I
sons
have
too,
boys.
and it's important.
I do agree because they have what's called emotional abuse.
And women do that so often.
Women are
very
manipulating men.
Very
sometimes.
manipulative.
We're not saying you, but it just certain situations that it happens.
Manipulative.
My son is 22 years old, and my son tells me today, Mom, I will not abuse. I will not make a woman cry because I seen you do it. My son's been there with me through everything from day one.
Yeah, boys are
and it's really important because I have 3 sons. I got no daughters. And I need to make it, my son is good to his women, but I've seen him be with women that take advantage of his kindness and they manipulate him. And then I see him and I'm like, you're sitting here and you're struggling and you're sitting here spending your money on her, and what is she doing for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, not even emotionally or mentally is she supporting you.
Right. Now, you having a son, I have a big question, not even it's like always poses with me because I have 2 daughters.
Okay.
And I always raise them, and they're 20 and 20, and I always raise them to the fact of don't hit unless you want to get hit back.
Exactly.
And we have a lot of women, like Cripple was going to say, that attack men.
Yes, they do.
We will smack. And
I've seen it.
Person because I don't want to get hit back. That's my motto. I'm not going to hit a man because I don't want to get hit back. I don't even want to argue with him. I'm going to tell somebody to come argue with him. Or in his son is crazy, but having sons and me having daughters, like I said, I used to tell them, you know, if God forbid if you hit this man, right, and he hasn't hit you, he hasn't done anything to you, and we just bring it into the homes where the women are smacking the men and scratching the men and pulling your shirts and doing this, doing that. If you're having sons, is it safe to say, because I have nephews opposing having daughters, and I tell my nephews the same thing. Avoid it, avoid it, avoid it. But now when you have a woman that, and I've seen it, that are abusing you and hitting you, is it safe to say that there's a line that you would tell your sons to hit back? Cripple, you have sons.
Yeah, I do. But there has to be a line where you tell yourself.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
As the man,
yes.
that you tell yourself, yo, listen, I can't take it no more. We gotta work this out, and you gotta stop the emotional and the physical abuse, or we just can't be together anymore.
Or how about?
Because what happens is a lot of men, because of how society looks at the way it's evened out, they underreact. I would like to say.
Yeah.
They underreact because what happens is they let the woman go. Say, okay, well, you know, I don't want to look like I'm causing domestic violence on her by either emotional abuse or even
hitting
physical,
her back per se.
right? But so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna keep taking it, and I'm gonna keep taking it, and what happens is they become a victim because a woman is actually a normal human. A human, what does a human do? They keep trying. They keep trying. If they keep pushing that envelope and you keep letting them, they're gonna keep going a little bit further, and then until the point where they actually totally in control.
Exactly.
So what happens with the man is because of how society looks at domestic violence so unbalanced.
Yes, it is.
And they they say that it's always the man who abuses, not the woman. So they totally tie their hands and say, okay, well,
right.
I'm gonna let my wife or my girlfriend do whatever she wants, even if it's to beat me, to cheat on me, to scream at me.
Again, a man won't admit it, but it's the same situation, vice versa.
It is.
Right.
It is self-awareness, self-worth. It's how you feel about yourself and what you're willing to put up with in your own life.
Right. And they have to draw a line.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you asked, because you have sons and I have sons.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I haven't seen my two youngest since I became incarcerated.
Okay.
But my oldest, I raised him to respect himself first, and there is a line, sometimes women, they cross that line and they'll start abusing and hitting, and where does it come into play that he has to defend himself? It's not that you can't defend yourself, it's how you defend yourself.
Okay.
I told my son, if she's not gonna stop hitting you, then you stop her from hitting you. You grab her, you put her, sit her on a chair.
That's what I always
I
want to
don't
hear from
condone putting hands on people.
What do y'all tell your sons?
But
I don't tell
I don't condone. I don't condone him putting his hands. I told him if you could walk away, walk away.
Right.
But there are instances where a woman will chase a man.
Can't.
Because they get so angry and emotionally upset. They get women have a tendency of letting their emotions
and
take
they know
over.
when the man's not going to hit them back as well.
Exactly.
Sometimes they manipulate the fact.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I tell my sons, you see, when your kids experience domestic violence, everybody react differently to it. It's all about perspective.
Yes.
My youngest, he is a wild little thing. My oldest is very introvert. So psychologically, it does differently to kids. So I tell my son, do not repaint the signs. That's what I do. Okay. That's what I did. Don't. If you see, if people tell you this is who I am, believe me. A lot of times we fall in love with the potential of what we see in them.
Exactly.
And know for what they really are. So if a woman is showing you that this is what she's about, don't let it get there. Love yourself enough to say, that's enough. Right. And I tell him, don't say, oh, I was raised and I saw this, because my abuse was not physical, was emotional. But they heard the screaming. They heard this man calling me the C word, the B word. It was a lot for a man. At that time, he was in his teens, hearing somebody calling his mother that way, right. And I am his everything. Come on, yeah. We are us as parents, we're the role model for the kids. Yeah. So I tell them, I did it, Learn from that. And don't use that as a crutch. Because many times we use it, oh, that's how I was raised. No. Now you a man, you choose different. You want different for you. A woman teaches you, wants to hit you, walk away. Don't be like, I love you. Love is a feeling. It's gonna hurt, but you're gonna be all right.
Right.
See, like for example, my mother, I witnessed her getting beat on when I was a kid. I've numerous boyfriends. I've witnessed them beat on her. And I've witnessed a lot of times when I've actually wanted to step in as a kid, you know, as the young man of the house.
Of the house.
And she actually turned against me because she didn't want me to get in trouble. So she would push me out the way. Said, no, it's okay. It's okay. And I took it as turning on me while I was a kid. But as I grew up, I noticed that she wanted to protect me. She didn't want him to hit me.
She wanted you to trust her in a sense. Like,
exactly.
I was a kid, so she didn't want me involved. She didn't want, he already hit her. She didn't want him to hit me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I was with my son.
And it could be a counter reaction for her as well. Your son now. Yes.
I mean, just and then what history says though is that the child that witnesses that either starts to do it when they grow up.
That's right.
Or
It's
they're totally against it.
Correct.
It's a cycle, and we gotta start
You-
speaking up on it, so that this way we can start breaking the cycle. Like, there's a lot of people out there that aren't victims of domestic violence, but you know somebody. So educate yourself. That's why we are here. That's why we're doing this today. You know what I'm saying? We need to educate people.
And actually, I just, it's a problem that is the community. I think we should get more involved. And the reason why I say that, imagine you have a child, we live in an apartment building. Yeah. My wall, my kid's bedroom wall shares your wall. Now my son is hearing you hitting your wife, beating her, throwing her against the wall. That's gonna affect my son too.
It is.
Or
it
how
is
about
as
the kids in
a neighbor.
school?
No, you see, but
when
I
they
always
go to school and they gotta carry that in school with them. I'm sorry. Listen,
I just
But you
finish
said
my
they
thought.
said that they have to cut you off. So that's
No, but no.
Yeah.
When I say no, I did say that. When I give the date wrong, that's it.
No,
no. But my thing is, honestly, we have to get more involved, and we as women, when we go through, we have to find the strength. And I say it that now. I didn't know my strength then. But we are abusing our kids when we expose them to that.
You abuse them first.
We are abused the same way that they're hitting us. We are hurting our kids because we see it. Because they don't know anything. And now this child that is witnessing this, what's the first thing we tell the kids? Shh, don't say nothing, ACS, da. And then and exactly. So it stays there. So now this kid has to channel that anger somehow. Now that kid is gonna go to the school. He's either gonna become a bully or he's gonna be bullied on.
Special ed. They're gonna say he's emotionally
it's gonna be either he's gonna be a bully. And it's gonna hit my kid. That has nothing to do with it.
So that come from home, but that they're hiding. Now they're at school, and again, like how you said, they're gonna special ed. Oh, ADD. Oh, this or that. How can the child concentrate when he just left last night from daddy being mommy, or from this or from that, or from screaming or for this and that? How can they concentrate?
But they also become bullies.
Bullies is the main thing.
No, they become bullies.
The main thing. Bullies usually from the statistics, they come from abusive families.
That's what I'm saying. So we as women, we have to empower ourselves. Like, come on, let's find the strength. I do empowerments, a lot of empowerment groups. If you follow me, please, let's not continue the abuse to our children.
Exactly.
We are abusing our children by allowing them to witness us getting beat up, allowing a man or a woman to talk to a role model. They're everything.
But that's the message that, from a man's perspective, that's the message that I would like to give to my two stepsons and any other children of any boys growing up to be men, is that you have to understand your self-worth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You have to know that you are more valuable than a victim to just sit down and let somebody abuse you. And you have to decide, okay, well, is this woman for me or not? Because if she is abusing you in any of those fashions, there's nothing wrong with you saying, I'm sorry, baby, I love you, but this is not working out. I have to go.
You need help.
Yeah, maybe you need help.
It's really important that these people
really
get help.
Really more, listen, I got to go, because what'll end up happening is if we keep going, then he's either going to just become a victim for the rest of the relationship and the rest of his life, or he's going to explode. And then we're going to be seeing about it in the news. Where he actually...
And then there's going to be more mothers sending packages to prison to take care of their sons.
It's absolutely right. The men's perspective.
Because what will happen is that they'll actually explode. Because if they don't explode, they're going to become a victim for the rest of their life.
You're right.
Exactly.
And they're going to let the woman just run them over.
What you're saying, right? Like they have and that's a man's, like from
they
it
have to
sounds
know,
like what you're saying. Y'all keep it so
They will have to know where to like draw the lines. They got to say, okay, you know what? This is it. We tried. I tried working it out. If you got to do marriage counseling, then do it. You could do, anything like that.
Right.
You can do marriage counseling. You could do anything you want to do. But whatever doesn't, once you see that none of that is working, it's time to say bye.
Yeah, it's time to walk away.
Yeah, you have to. Then that'd be the best way for you to walk away and still remain friends with your partner. Because you can actually still be friends after that. Because y'all have not went beyond to a point where there's no return. Once you get to that,
so it's like to be co-parent and to do whatever it is that you need to be doing.
Strength. How can
you have to.
Another thing about awareness is preventing it before it happens. If
That's
you make them aware now before the situation occurs, they know the signs to look for, especially if they've never been around a domestic violence situation, you know? And again, like I said, I keep stressing the issue is educate yourself. Listen to these talk shows, go to different groups, seminars.
Empowerment.
Empowerment.
We
Gisselle
have
does empowerment.
For men and women.
I was caught in the middle of that with my parents, and I have a brother right now that we claim as still struggling with it in his 30s. He didn't take it as good as me and my other brother took it. He can't understand what was going on. He can't understand why some of us went to the foster home, some of us stayed here, some of us stayed there. My mother had to make a choice, get out, take some of the kids there one night at a certain time, book it. Y'all
that's
going
it.
Y'all going there. He was raised different families, and to this day, it's affecting him mentally. And he hasn't still grasped the concept that it's from there.
So maybe he needs to help to find out.
He's an abuser.
Yeah.
He's a narcissistic, raging bull. And he hasn't, like I said, taken it to where sometimes I didn't understand because I took it different. I was that golden armor that was able to just say, I'm not going to let that take this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's affected me in different ways. It has, because I can be a raging bull and I can react to certain situations. Like how you say with domestic violence, I can't see it. It's been times where I've wished that somebody would do it because I'm gonna be like, God forbid, you can do something that you don't need to do.
I always tell.
That's exactly what
it is PTSD. It is.
It brings back your past experience.
It does. It does. It actually does. And I always tell my kids, and now I tell all the women that I empower. Remember, for everything to coexist, you first have to exist. So you have to love yourself, be kind to you, and do everything for yourself first. See, it's about you.
And it's for men and women.
And
like
if a person is supposed to compliment you, to add, not to subtract. If you see that they're subtracting and not adding, cut it before the feelings get even deeper. Cut it. It's about you and what's gonna be good for you and yours.
And also, if a person is a parent and they're involved in that, whether they're men or women, they should think about their children. Think about how that affects their child. What happens is if they get involved in domestic violence, whether they're the victim or they're the one that does it, it is going to affect your children.
Either way.
Majority of the time, if the parent can think about their children, they tend to avoid that, especially if they're a victim. Because what they say, wait a minute, I don't want my child to be caught up in this.
No.
They don't want their child hurt. They don't want their child to be mentally messed up behind this. So maybe that'll give them the strength to actually say, you know what, let's let this go. Or maybe like in your experience, maybe he would just go to work and he come back and he won't find her there.
That's
right?
it. That's it. That's the best. And I don't.
You did nothing. You did nothing against them.
Listen, and I don't understand. I don't understand.
I went to Harlem Hospital too.
No,
they told me meet them in Harlem Hospital. They picked me up in a van and they took me.
See,
but I don't know.
Like me and my mother-in-law, she was like, "Look,
we gotta go."
Kick your
and that's it. No, but you see, I don't understand why I stood there. And the reason I say, because I was financially okay. I didn't depend on him. So because I didn't depend on him, I could have left. So I just...
You stayed for your own reason.
Yeah, I stood because, you have this child that is so sick and you don't know if he's going to make it. And you want that mommy and daddy and you want that family. That's what I was raised. I was raised old school. A woman you want, like, I love cooking. I love catering. I love doing this. So it's like, that's what I wanted.
Yes.
And I just say, he used to tell me, ain't nobody gonna want you. Now you got 3 kids. And this, and you know what? Maybe he's right because I'm still single.
That's what they used to say to me. My husband used to tell me that all the time.
Ain't nobody want nobody with 3 kids.
My husband used to tell me, you're never gonna find nobody that's gonna love you like I love you.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna love you.
Nobody
will. On it.
I gotta controvert that. I gotta go against that.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe he was
not. Wait, both of us. You see how the girls like?
Yeah, like I'm looking at you like, where did that come from?
Maybe it's not that he was right. Maybe it's that you just haven't found the right person.
Oh, I won't settle now.
Of that.
I would not settle now.
Because what happens is this: if the man is always gonna tell the woman who was a victim, or if the man was a victim, the woman is gonna tell the man, "You never gonna find nobody like me, right? Don't leave me because if you leave me, you ain't gonna find nobody like me." And then they want you to believe that, so that way you be afraid to up and leave.
That's
or you're
what
afraid
happened to me.
To break up in the relationship.
That's
because
exactly
now
right.
they're eating at your brain and you telling yourself these things. So that is not always true. And that's why I say, if you are single after a bad relationship like that, then maybe it's not that they was right. Maybe it's that they just haven't found
it was just really a
worthy
joke.
of it.
Actually, I am I'm single. I'm ready now. I'm ready to mingle. But before I wasn't ready. I was building myself. I was helping myself because I don't want to bring my old baggage to a new relationship because it's not fair to that person that I want to be with. Right. So I was building myself. I was gaining my strength. Now, because that's different. Exactly. So it's like, no. I want that. I wanted to get rid of that. And now I'm ready because now I'm stronger and he has not, but I will not settle.
Right.
I would not settle at all. I don't want to build a bear either. Right. But I know what I want. And now I'm ready. I wasn't before. And you, why you single? Why you single?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, they're gonna throw you under the
Don't
bus
put
now.
my relationship.
No, you see
I'm
what I
married
did?
to myself right now.
You see what I did?
I'm enjoying
And
who I
also
am.
brings me onto that like what Cripple was saying about how the guys or the abuser always says, "Oh, you want to find somebody like me? You want to find somebody?" Isn't the goal to not find somebody like you? I don't want
that is
I don't
my
want
goal.
somebody like
I
that.
don't
What I
want
said
that.
when I
I
got out of my
absolutely
relationship. My thing was that my husband was aware of my prior abuse, so he knew how I felt. Like I just wanted to be loved. So he was, "Oh, nobody's gonna love you like me."
I love you, but do you love me?
No, but you know what? I love me more than you love me. So now I'm gone. All right? He wanted to do therapy after I walked out the door and packed my truck with my kids.
No offense, Cripple.
Oh, we could go to therapy.
I'm not an abuser, so it's not me.
Cripple's like, it's not me. I did not hit you. Cripple's like,
I'm
it
not
wasn't
taking
me.
offense.
I'm a great guy. Cripple's a great guy.
But I agree with that.
Everything.
I agree with that. The abuser is always going to try to prevent you from doing that.
Right.
And then once they see that they're losing you, they try to find any way to bring you back.
Bring you back.
Yes. Until this day, he's trying to bring me back. No.
Oh, not mine. Mine ran off with another woman and had a baby.
Maybe now they opening their eyes like that. I just lost
yes.
something good.
Yes. That's what it is.
So it's like men to realize like I took
it's
advantage
absolutely
and
too
try
late.
to manipulate to say little stupid things to try to get back into our vortex, because ladies have a vortex for men. It's like a pyramid, and they sit here, and certain things sit there. And when we're deeply in love, it's hard to disconnect, and we can only disconnect with somebody that
that's
we
not
really,
only
really
men.
love.
But that's not only men.
He makes that.
No, wait a minute. That's not only men.
No, you're
that's
right.
Also women.
Women are toxic too. I like to use the word toxic.
Wow, that's like extreme.
I like to use the word toxic because
like
they are toxic relationships.
And I'm not going to agree with that because my wife is.
But not every toxic relationship is.
And I got to go back home with her. But what I'm saying is.
Trying to keep it smooth.
Yeah. But the point is that it actually works both ways, right? Any abuser is always going to do that. Then what happens is they start to open their eyes of what they lost. Mm-hmm. But by then it's already too late. That's why I said that people have to draw a line. They have to draw the line before it gets to the point of no return. If they're able to separate before that point, then maybe they can change their ways. And then maybe they can work it out.
And narcissists never see a problem.
Can an abuser come back from being abused?
I haven't met one yet. I'm not doubting it, but I just haven't met one yet.
My son's father, my oldest, his father is an abuser. I was literally beat. The only way I got out the house was because he put my head through a double pane glass window when my son was 9 months old, and the people outside called the police because I used to get locked in the house. All right? Now, that's when I went to Harlem Hospital and I did my thing and I got up out of there. But from speaking to my son, you know, he still has his abusive ways in his other relationship, you know, and I'm not here to bash him because you know what I'm saying? They have their good and their bad qualities, you know, but unless they seriously are serious about getting help and changing their lives, it's not going to change.
But the problem is that he bashed your head into a window, so that means it went to the point of no return. Right.
It went to the point of no return before that. I just couldn't leave. When my daughter died, I carried my daughter for 9 months, and I lost my daughter because I was physically abused throughout my pregnancy.
Right.
And she stood.
And I still stayed.
If it was able to be prevented from getting to the point of him putting hands on you, if it was able to get to the point where, okay, wait,
but it could only be prevented.
No more, I'm away.
It could only be prevented. She would have loved herself.
But
she didn't have love for herself, so therefore she went through that.
One abusive relationship at home with my family into an abusive relationship. I went from one to the other.
But it was a pattern of to follow.
And the only reason why I got there was because he was the only one that stood up to my father and was like, "I'm not gonna let you hit her." So he pulled me in, and then 6 months down the line, I started getting abused again. Yes, it was he manipulated me.
He manipulated you and then protected you, and then already had.
Listen, I never met an abuser that has reformed. Thank you. I'm learning so many English today here, girl. Now, if you are one, please email me because I would like to have you on the show.
Yeah, hit me
up. I want the story.
I want a survivor.
Yes, because I want the perspective. I want the perspective. That's what I want. If you are an abuser and now whether you found God, and I'm not a religious person, I'm more spiritual, but if you found God and you was reborn and now you're not an abuser, I want that story. I want you to, for awareness, I want you, if you want to do it, email me. I want to have your Tales of a Survivor.
So we're about to go to commercial. Before we go to commercial, you want to do any last plugins? Throw out any shout outs, anything?
I want to shout out all the restaurants and the people that donated to our Christmas party. I'm just going to throw a couple of names out there. If I miss one, help me out here. Mama Juana, Travasia, Olivia's. Who else?
Olivia's?
Yeah, LB donated arroz con pollo.
I like arroz con pollo.
LB from Olivia's.
Oh. No, because you see, she got some restaurants, I got some restaurants. So
900 Park is donating
900 Park,
Okay.
Travesia, Toscas.
Again, Artie from Side Streets, Artie and Anthony Lopez, they are gracious. Okay. They donated their spot, you know. And everybody else, if we forgot you, I really am sorry, but you're just a number. The free chat, yes, for helping us out.
I want to.
You are an
of the whole GP
angel.
Thank you.
An angel sent from heaven.
Thank you, y'all.
I really, I'm so sorry because you see, she cut me off.
All right. So you said to do that.
No, I only when it's dates. No, I really want to say, I really want to give a shout out to Jimmy's Grand Cafe. Jimmy's Grand Cafe on Castle Hill has gone above and beyond. They not only serve, not only donating the sliders and the chicken fingers for the kids, but they are also donating toys. Nice. So I really, they have gone way and beyond. From Jimmy's Brown Cafe. I want to say a shout out to Rotary Driving School for allowing me to put in a toy backstrap in there. My brother from RCNY Realty.
Which is where I work.
for allowing me to have a toy drop box in there. I want to give shout out to my friend Grande for going out today and buying toys with me. I want to give a shout out to Mike Ruiz, who's the one that gives me the location for me to do the midnight run. And I just want to thank everyone and thank you for your help and for the donations that you are going to give us. God is good. And just the joy is really in the giving. If you don't have nothing to give, if I could say anything, if you don't have nothing to give a smile, give a hug. You never know who needs it.
My pastor's motto is to live, love, and serve. We are commissioned by God to serve. Yes. Commission.
Yes.
And if you don't know what commissioned by God means to serve,
I don't.
Then
because I don't know English.
It's
I don't know that word.
God said to do for others.
Okay.
Before you do for yourself.
Yes, absolutely. I believe in that.
You could have a penny, and if somebody needs that penny and you give them that penny, it's a whole nother. And
it comes back 10 times.
10
Yes.
So
listen, it really does. It really does.
DSN has an event on December 15th next up to the stage. I'm going to push that again, that anybody donating to that. It's the 15th. That means the next day after the 15th, we have the chance to take whatever we get from there to give to the GP project. Cripple put all the together.
Giving back.
The Giving Back Project. Cripple brought us all together, like I said, like the prophet, like the evangelist. He's like the Jehovah Witness of the streets right now. In the field, he brought everybody together.
Can I upgrade you?
We're honored again. We're honored.
Right, so we're gonna go to commercial. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much. Thank you for your donation. Thank you. You're a dog.
Ooh. Yeah, man. Gotta get it. Head and wisdom. We out. Be he, what up? Yeah, man. About to be. Woo. Shit about to get crazy. Oh, no pun intended. Rapping like I need a ribbon. It's lit like Christmas. I must be gifted, damn. No pun intended. Those files that you converted ain't the wave anymore. They washed up for sure. No pun intended. I don't fall for no hoes. Started watching my steps surrounded by stairs. That's the windows of the soul. Oh, no pun intended. Wait for these heavy lines wrapped around the corner. That Hail Mary looking like a goner. Another verse, another highlight reel. Put some respect in these ankle breakers. Mixtape in a bowl full of paper. When my written's on it, nigga, wake up. But if you woke already, I hope you're ready. No pun intended, my quotes is heavy, I'm a beast. Writing on score, over Sam Needs. I'm a large baby, she demonstrate for me. Say what? Congratulations for contemplating instead of second guessing. What is really cutting it lately? Technically, this technique for some street mindsets to punctuate me. Boasting like crazy. Old town with your fade away 3. Mad money in the bank, never angry. No coach full of vultures, same tree. Different shade. Flip the script when I'm on stage. Acrobatic with the wordplay. Wanna be rappers out here, y'all. Man, my subject matter. Nigga, fucking chatter. Burst into laughter, turning dumb for what? Helicopter landing, turning down the antics. Everybody ranting, posts moving funny. Don't mess with this. Hidden wisdom with me, spread our messages all across the globe. If I pass turntables, who know those? From the gate, go to ground with set in stone. I had to set the tone, get the crowd engaged. Yo, pass the weed and rain. No pun intended. Rapping like I need a ribbon. It's lit like Christmas. I must be gifted, damn. No pun intended. Those files that you converted ain't the wave anymore. They washed up for sure. No pun intended. I don't fall for no hoes. Started watching my steps surrounded by stairs. That's the windows of the soul. Oh, no pun intended. Wait for these heavy lines wrapped around the corner. That Hail Mary looking like a goner. No pun intended, you could come and get it. Looks like you need some twigs. That's 2 sticks, like the shorties from the city. Popping Zans with no mans, with credit cards in the van. So we're cooking up the can in the stew. Yeah, my man's in the crew. Y equals MX plus B. We're climbing slopes as you can see. I'm trying to climb it really high. I'm a little terrified of falling down to where I'm from. I'm hauling ass, I'm on the run. That's cliche, no leeway. The freeways and airstrips had my mind in their grips. All these signs that I've seen, all these nights that I dream must mean something to me. Society will not fool me, sobriety will not cure me. I broke free, that Lucy lets you see what you have inside is not a lie. When you're comfortable, you rise. Lysergic acid inside my mind, but I am fine. I've learned and I've applied. I've yearned and I have strived. I've fly. I soar, but never die. I'm sure I don't have to try. I know I'll say some buys. I'm coming for the crown. No chicken, I'm not in town. Don't even hit up my line and my fade. Go on the grind is the shade. Just blinding eyes, I'ma make it on my time.
Raising attention like Adderall, you feel me? Ask Mad. We leave him KO. The bout was never a piece of cake. Saying a bunch of quotes is for a reason, it's for a purpose. Don't mistake and don't misinterpret this. Come on.
No pun intended. Rapping like I need a ribbon. It's lit like Christmas. I must be gifted, damn. No pun intended. Those files that you converted ain't the wave anymore. They washed up for sure. No pun intended. I don't fall for no hoes. Started watching my steps surrounded by stairs. That's the windows of the soul. Oh, no pun intended. Wait for these heavy lines. Right around the corner, that Hail Mary looking like a gonna. Put me on the track, I'ma run it to the finish. Got it on lock and I ain't cuffing with an image. Keep it so low when we up and lifted. Yo, I'm about to switch it up, pole unintended. We've been on the road for a little bit of time. Hidden wisdom, been a mission, get into the shine. Get into the prime, I ain't in it for the pay. We in the game playing us, I'ma flip it with a change. Everything I say bring light to the game. Every time I play shades right to your brain. Ice in my veins with a flow so hot for these robo cops in a slow-mo box. Whoa, you see we under control. No, we the ones that been rose. No, we the ones that been chose. So add up the money and grow. Sending my gift for this infinite benefit. Spitting this wisdom, my limits ridiculous. Light up my mind and get high in the mix. I'm a vibe in the skies and defy what it is.
Defy what it is, defy what it is. Fly with the kid, defy what it is. Fly with the kid, defy what it is.
No pun intended. Rapping like I need a ribbon. It's lit like Christmas. I must be gifted, damn. No pun intended. Those files that you converted ain't the wave anymore. They washed up for sure. Shorty like the way I flow, so impeccable. Shorty like the way I think, intellectual. I could tell you everything. Let's get lost tonight. I might buy you anything. It won't cost the price. Shorty so bad that she at my show. Have to ask now when I have to know. Would you only love me when I'm stacking dough? Could you really see what I have to show? I'm a fan of love, I need support. Insecure, let's build a fort. I need a feel if we could chill. Like what you gon' do when I see a meal? I need a girl that's loyal too. Let us get rich, I'll spoil you. Got all the tools, let's start the mix. Hop in the whip, let's start the drift. No going broke, no my heart is rich. No going broke, no my heart is rich. Got all the tools, let's start the mix. Hop in the whip, let's start the shift. Like
caught up in the nonsense. We can kick it even if we're only vibing. This don't even seem so difficult to manage. Tripping on a planet. Bring me into the outer space. If you need to lead a show, put it on the list. You don't have to let me go. Holding on my wrist. When you see me from afar, you are just like a star. We can kick it on the road. Tryna get smarter. If you need to lead a show, put it on the list. You don't have to let me go. Holding on my wrist. When you see me from afar, you are just like a star. We can kick it on the road. Tryna get smarter, baby.
After Shorty saw me on the platform, she pulled up to my performance, acting like she know the chorus. Blushing hard, looking gorgeous. She love the vibe. I turn up with the guys. She turn with her friends. Hurry making major moves. College girl majoring, plotting on fools. She steady trying to catch my drift. No need for speed. No Gran Turismo. Ain't talking midnight club 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check her out Nike. Just do it for the moment like a Snapchat VID. Before she see me on the stage, she saw me on the platform, trying to catch my drift on her platform. Told her shopping bags, I contemplated, man, I might bag. But then again, I'm steady in my bag. Then my boy KO said, bro, that's all you. That's a good piece, and I don't disagree. But what I really need is support. It's equitable in New York, running into chicks with a reputation of manipulating genuine gentlemen like myself. See, I know myself, that's the reason why I retired my jersey and started practicing what I say. Cause this minute this train arrived, my train of thought won't have no delays. Ay.
Caught up in the nonsense. We can kick it even if we're only vibing. This don't even seem so difficult to manage. Tripping on a planet. Bring me into the outer space. If you need to lead a show, from afar. You are dressing like a star. We can kick it on the road. Tryna get.
Tried my best to make you see how much I love you and how I really need you with me.
She lighting up like the sun and moon. I could tell she knows, so we lighting up, but it's nothing new. I could tell she's solo. We high in the clouds, no coming down. Stuck up in clashes, running around. I got a pass, but it's nothing now. Trying to move on, no slowing down. She driving me so crazy. I know this game won't save me. I got a chance, so maybe I'll make the moves and save you. This love is what I pray to. To the top, I'll take you. We could be like king and queen if only she would sing with me. Let me take time with a patient mind. Really realize how to make you mine. I'm a little bit shy with a little bit of pride. I can see you with a little bit of eye. Whoa, let me just slow my roll. No, I'll put this gold in your soul. Show me why you moving alone. No, you got me losing control.
So when you find your way through the rooms of the broken lights, we can never worlds collide. And I'll be on the other side. Don't you ever say that I don't try. You don't have to keep your heart on open try. We can never worlds collide. Baby, you're the only one I'm trying to find. And if you let me, I'ma make you mine.
So many choices, infinite amount of time, but it's you that's on my mind. Tell me why you gotta shine. Tell me why I end up blind to myself, hoping one day you could tell that I was the one. Please don't take it personal, because I learned a lot, so I can't thank you enough. And I know it's not your fault. Living, you learn, keep a grudge and you burn. Colliding like CERN, now you're concerned. This is the return, this is what I burn. Papers no spliff, my papers get lit. My patience is sick, medicate when I spit, meditate and I lift. Past your perception, pay due to the darkest. Souls of deception, got clues from the sharpest. Clones with intentions to live in a bubble with no intervention. To keep to myself and I'll gain that redemption. I'm seeking now madness with no repercussions. To killing off sadness with no introduction. To living off laughing with groups other dozens. To singing and rapping for those who will love it. I had to fall back to find out who will dub it. I had to fall back to find out who I'm dubbing. I fall from the ground to the clouds that I'm coming. I'm making these moves and I'm making these sounds. Used to get treated like I was a clown, professing my feelings, no one was around. I thought I was crazy, I know that I'm sound. Suppressing emotion that did turn around. To facing my fears, I'm mindful of years ahead of my time. I knew that I'll shine. I told you to listen with music, we glisten. I'm chasing these dreams and lucid intentions. Riding the beam of light till I'm blessing. All of my sons from up in the heavens, traversing dimensions. I'm up in 11, ascended to 7 by smoking the lemon. I thought it's a curse, but I guess it's a blessing. Infatuation is a hell of a lesson. I'm teaching, I'm learning, I'm testing, I'm resting. Trying to get my conscience up in the best. It's leads and MCs progressing in seconds. Cause minutes are hours and years are forever. I only have time to try to
through the rooms of the broken lights, we can never worlds collide. And I'll be on the other side. Don't you ever say that I don't try. You don't have to keep your heart on open try. We can never worlds collide. Baby, you're the only one I'm trying to find. And if you let me, I'ma make you mine. So when you find your way, oh, you should. Yeah, ooh, yeah. Don't you ever say it. You don't have to worry about nothing, baby. Yeah, ooh, no.
The Matrix Radio Vision Live with DWI. Live from the BXNY.
One more time.
All right, we're back from the break. We just heard some music from a few of my peoples. It was nice music. I hope y'all was tuning in. I just wanted to let you know we just finished talking to the ladies from the Giveback Project. A very emotional topic. One of our, I guess she actually, Gisselle, she felt so passionate about it that she actually got so emotional that she broke down and cried. And it's all for the children, you know. It's all for her children, for the people that's hungry. And you know, we just had him up here. We was just talking off camera that we actually gonna get him back on one of my shows. And remember, December 17th, we're gonna be at Side Streets. They actually they distributing the gifts to the children right at the event. It's from 3 to 6. You can't miss it. You go over there, 1325 Blondell Avenue, and in Westchester Square in the Bronx. So if you want to witness it, then go. There's gonna be a lot of news coverage, so you can actually see where your gifts are going. So make sure you make it there. Bring a closed toy, so you could so it could be given to some of the children, and do your thing. Basically, I know that whoever's following me on Facebook and Instagram and everything, I was promoting that I was gonna have a guest co-host. His name is Pito Crack from In the Cut on Success Radio. He was not able to make it today, but just to show love. You see, I had the Success shirt on. That was to show love to him. There's no love lost. I was raised with him. He's a good dude, and I'll get him up on another show. He just wasn't able to make it because his other job kept him beyond the time that it would be able to make it. Besides that, we were also supposed to have Yaya, the promoter, come on. She actually is a promoter, part of my company, 3030 Entertainment. I was proud to be able to include her into my company, and I'm proud to announce that as part of 3030 Entertainment, we joined the partnership in managing Desmond Barnett, and as an artist. So you're gonna be hearing a lot about him. We're gonna be talking a lot about him. We're gonna be producing a lot. We're gonna be promoting a lot of his stuff, and he's gonna be performing in different areas, which we'll keep you updated on. We also, besides that, I also wanted to mention that we was promoting that Bunky SA was gonna come on. He's in traffic on his way here. He'll be here in the next 5 minutes. I'm actually hoping that he does, so that way you can hear some of his music. He was actually gonna perform for you, and he claims that he's on his way, and he's actually here, so that's great. We actually on air, but y'all can come on. How you doing? Have a seat. Have a seat. My brother. So you just caught it in time. So I need y'all to introduce yourselves.
Yeah. What's up, y'all?
Gotta get it, gang. Max out boys in the house.
We here.
Fam Life Clothing, let's get it.
So yes, sir. It's your boy Jux. You already know. You can catch me on the IG _ Trap King Jux _ Follow me. Got that heat. You already know.
Murder Bag Quapo, Money Bag Quapo.
You already know, aka Young Murder, man. Money Bag Quapo on Instagram. Follow me. You already know that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know my ugly ass, man. Broadway, Bunky, Amsterdam, essay, 15 sales to make. Let's get it. Max out over everything. Gotta get it, gang.
Gang.
With a good friend of mine, my man Jose, 3030 Cripple Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of moves in the Bronx, doing parties, doing positive things, trying to help the homies in jail and all of that. You know what I mean? And we just up here, Marvin, supporting them. We real proud of the movement, and you already know. Let's get it, man. Bronx Blocks.
All right, but now look, check it out. Like up until the point where y'all came, it was actually a little emotional. And so,
theme of the
you know
show.
What I'm saying? So now, now what I want to do, right? Since I wanted y'all to do an interview so that people can know you, but since you came in kind of late,
we can keep
I want
it brief.
y'all to uplift it. I want you to uplift it right now. I want you to kick something. Can y'all do that?
Yeah,
definitely. Y'all ready to do a little performance?
Yeah,
definitely.
All right, so let's do it.
Always ready.
Huh? Do you got music?
Oh, what you want? The songs that we emailed
the song
you?
That you emailed already?
Do you gotta email it again?
Nah, it'll be there. Can you get it? What I just played? The one we played last week. Can you get that email?
I can send you the email again.
Or you need me to send it again?
No, give me a second. And I mean, if he got a second to throw the beat on, we can throw some bars on. I know the topic of the show is the you know what I'm saying, the police.
What you can do is while he's getting the email up, why don't you give the viewers tell them a little bit about yourselves.
All right, well, you know, briefly, my name Bunky SA, man. I've been grinding on the underground circuit for like over 10 years. I was on Lil Kim's Your album. I helped Ray Benzino write the Die Another Day mixtape going at Eminem, you know what I'm saying? I gave him a few songs, a few bars. Definitely been on the underground. Got a K-Slay mixtape a couple years ago, hosted by K-Slay, Shice Bubs, DJ Thorough. A lot of the joints was played on the Drama Hour. Did a lot of music with Kim. I was on VH1, Fabulous Life of Lil' Kim. Was on History Channel, Gangland shit. I've been going hard on the streets, promoting my music, selling mixtapes out the trunk, selling mixtapes on iTunes, Amazon, all of that. That Shot of My Life album is on iTunes. Videos is on. You know, we grinded. We in the streets grinded. We get the views up on YouTube ourselves and all of that. You know what I mean? I took a little break for a minute due to my legal situation. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. I was on the news. I got jammed up on some bullshit. They tried to make it seem like it was real crazy, and it wasn't. My lawyers spanked that. My baby moms took them charges like got the drug program and held me down, and I had to do what I had to do for like the last year and a half to try to get my family and my life and my freedom back together so I could even be able to be here to give y'all music for the people that do love my shit. And in the process of that happening, you know what I'm saying, I had knew some individuals that knew both of these individuals for about 10 years. I was never personally introduced to these two gentlemen right here, and when I was about going on a year and a half ago, I was blown away by the talent of both of them. You know what I'm saying? Murder Bag Quapo, Trap King Jux, they both from around the same section of the Bronx. They got a couple mixtapes out. They got some videos out. They SoundCloud fucking crazy clicking. It's part of my language, you know what I mean? And I just feel like I want to try to get their situation
we all
up and
done
rolling.
been through something with the law, man, so you know what I'm saying?
Check it out. The music you saying, Blessed, that's the one y'all gonna perform.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all ready for that?
Y'all want some performance?
So live performance?
Here? Right here.
Let's
I bet.
Rock it out live here, all right?
I bet. Let's go.
All right, cool.
Let's get it. Oh, we don't need the mics or nothing, right?
Murder, know that, right?
Nah, we got this.
Roll up with that shit on me, feeling like that big homie. Sometimes I used to sit lonely, but still got that stick on me. Bad bitch and no friends for him, but a nigga never spent cash on it. I could tell that they want it, cause they know I'm the man, homie. Already know, life is a test. Put both of my hands together, cause I'm feeling blessed. That right. My city, I rep to the end. I'm from the X, gang. I started with none, I'm here.
I really
ran with some plugs.
Rubber band on the club. Dismantle your mug. Spit at you a slug. Stick on me, a bitch on me. No quan, I just wanna be rich on me. Sit lonely, life is stressing. Papa Zan for my night depressions. I'm the best with spitting balls and whipping hard. Don't forget it. I'm blessed that I'm still alive. I remember the times by myself would ride. Stolen whips, 45 extra clips, we was ready to die. No doubts, we roll out. Don't spend cash when the hoes out. VA status, every state valid. You always jumping on the hate wagon. Fun the streets, you fun the suburb. Drake acting, Drake fashion, cake stacking. Straight clapping, ain't flashing. I can't stop killing shit. I swear to God, I should make caskets.
Roll up with that shit on me, feeling like that big homie. Sometimes I used to sit lonely, but still got that stick on me. Bad bitch and no friends for him, but a nigga never spent cash on it. I could tell that they want it, cause they know I'm the man, homie.
Stress,
you already know, life is a test. Put both of my hands together, cause I'm feeling blessed. That right. My city, I rep to the end. I'm from the X, BX. I started with none of them. Rolled up with that shit on me. Bad bitch and no friend for me. Homie mad cause it bitch on me. Super thick and she strip for me. Anytime that I sit on it, know I got that stick on me. I could tell that they wanted this life I live. I know they want it, yes. Ain't from the mud, now I'm here and I'm feeling blessed. My city, I rep to the end. I'm from the X, BX. We all in the band, best come correct. If you know what's best, strapped up, that on it. It's gang, know that, homie. Best back off me, I don't do credit, it's cash only. Loaded up with that lad on me. Every day I got cash on me. Murder nigga, I stand for it. Fuck nigga, best back off me. Roll up with that shit on me. Feeling like that big homie. Sometimes I used to sit lonely, but still got that on me. Bad bitch and no friend foreign, but a nigga never spend cash on. Nah, I can tell that they want it, cause they know I'm the man, homie. Stress, you already know, life is a test. Put both of my hands together, cause I'm feeling blessed. I rep to the end, I'm from the X. BX, I started with none, I'm here, and I'm feeling blessed. Roll up with that shit on me. Say whatever you want, you ain't got shit. I'm gun on the grind. If I get caught again, I'm gonna do me some time. Woo. But I'm still hitting licks of bitch pause. Big homie, but do it big homie. I had to sit lonely. Fuck a hoe in the ass. Get all the money and come and go fast. Trap tested, block approved. Red proper shoes. Show these motherfuckers what pain about. You don't know nothing about riding with sticks and high with a bitch. When you off of the shit, never calling it quits till you ballin' or rich. Okay. Ready to flip out the desert. Gang. Shoot him if you show me a gram. I do the pettiest shit. Roll up with that shit on me. Feeling like that big homie. Sometimes I used to sit lonely, but still got that stick on me. Bad bitch and no friend foreign, but a nigga never spend cash on it. I could tell that they want it, cause they know I'm the man, homie. Woo. You already know, life is a test. Put both of my hands together, cause I'm feeling blessed. That right. My city, I rep to the end, I'm from the X. Gang, gang. I started with none, I'm here, and I'm feeling blessed. Yeah, know that, man. Bronze blocks, man. We in the building, man.
You know what I mean?
Moneyback Quapo, a.k.a. Young Murder, man. Follow me, man. We working, man.
You know
Yes,
me, man.
sir.
Bunky essay, man. All you gotta do is Google me, baby.
In the fucking building, man.
Shout out to my man Jose, man.
Shout out Jose, definitely, you know what I'm saying?
Matrix Studio, Grits, I see you, BWI. Yo, shout out to the DJ.
All up,
that.
bro, all up.
We happy to be here.
I did that for a reason, right? Y'all was not prepared, right? Y'all
We got balls, though.
Y'all didn't even know that we was gonna do this. Y'all did this last minute. So now
Yeah.
you show all the viewers that your talent is a skill.
Right.
That y'all got that smash.
day.
That was the whole reason for that. The
bet.
whole reason we came in and I just surprised you with that is so that right here, live and direct on Backtalk Radio, we show the viewers that this is a talent.
All day.
That y'all got
Word up.
this. This is not some pre-writing. This is not getting prepared for a performance. This is, yo, I can do this anytime.
All day, every day.
I hear that, I hear that.
So I wanted to show them because I know already.
Yeah. You
I
did
already
know.
know.
Yeah, I already know.
Right? We go way back. I
Way
already
back,
know.
way back.
I already
It's like
know the
family
talent
life.
is there, but I wanted them to see that. I wanted them to see, yo, this is not just I gotta sit down and prepare. I gotta sit down and prepare for this. This is do this at a drop of a dime. You just tell me I'm here. I'm doing it.
Definitely.
So that way we can show them how the talent is real. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did that. And I knew you was gonna step up to it, but I wanted them to see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thank you for having. Thank you.
We in the
having
building,
us.
man.
Y'all
Bronze
giving us
blocks,
the
yeah.
opportunity to show y'all our talent.
We
All up,
blessed,
man.
man. We blessed, you heard?
We three
Thank
humble-
God, you
three
heard?
humble artists out the Bronx, out here struggling like everybody else, repping hard. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put this music out for the people that go through it, that can
Yes,
relate to
sir.
that struggle, man.
Definitely.
Bronx
That's
blocks,
what it's
man.
about, man.
And again, tell them where they can find all of y'all.
Alright.
So that way they can know what
My name is Bunky SA. You could put Bunky SA, all my shit gonna pop up. But my Instagram is Bunky_SA. Bunky SA at Twitter, Facebook, Bunky SA. I'm all over, man. Holla at me, hit me up, DM me. I'm all about making music. I'm all about networking. Got a big thing going on with some clothes, so holla at me. Let me know I'm making clothes, hats, dad hats, snapbacks, embroideries, 3D embroideries. You want your hats done? You know what I'm saying?
Gotta get the game
High
maxed
quality,
out, you
low
heard?
quality. Let us know, man. Moneyback
We
Guapo.
working Moneyback Guapo on Instagram, Max Out Guapo on Facebook, and SoundCloud.
Moneybag Quapo, aka Young Murder.
His SoundCloud.
Yo, listen, man.
His SoundCloud
Follow
is
it, man. You know what I mean?
Fire.
If y'all want to
His
listen to some
SoundCloud
real
smoking.
good music, like real good, not some just blah 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 shit, man, just follow us, man. For real, man. We working.
None
We
of
do
that
this.
mumble
We really
shit.
do this for passion, my nigga. I do this for real. I love what I do.
We don't
Feel
mumble
me?
rap.
If it wasn't for this, I'd never write in my life. You heard?
Good at it.
All right.
Jux, tell them where to
Yo, you
find you,
can
man.
find me on Facebook, J Fame. You can find me on Instagram, _Trap King Jux, _ You can find me on SoundCloud, The Real Jux. You can find Murder on SoundCloud, The Real Young Murder. That's where the heat is at. I need to check that out ASAP. Get it, gang. Gotta get it, gang. That's how we here. Shout out Jose, Matrix Studio, all that Bronx. We repping.
working, man.
We came from the struggle and we love this shit. We love music, man.
Yeah, and not for nothing, I just want to say extra something too. If you out there on live, you know you make music, you talented, hit us up, tag us. We'll definitely give
Yeah,
you
we
shit
always
to
looking for
listen.
features.
We'll show love. We'll repost because we love to hear real music too, man.
Definitely.
We love to hear people going hard. We love to hear raw talent. You know what I'm saying? We want to listen to everything everybody else listening to. We want to hear some real struggle and pain and some real talent coming up out of the areas that we came up out of, shit that we could relate to. So if you got some fire, tag us in your music. You know what I mean? If it's fire, we'll show love, man. We support.
All right, so we about to shut it down. But before we do, I want to shout out Success. I want to shout out.
What up, Tone?
I want to shout out Pito Crack in the cut, Success Radio. He be coming on Thursdays. You can catch him. He didn't show up today only because they had him working. But I want to show you. Look, we got love for you.
Yeah.
We got love for the family. I'm rocking your Success clothes up here. This is for y'all because I know y'all from day one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all independent brands out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Airborne Apparel. Shout out to a whole bunch of other apparels out there that's doing their thing. They trying to come up live and they got some fly designs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my people that's locked up in prisons. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your families. Shout out to everybody who's trying to reach out to you, trying to support you. Shout out to the people that came home from jail, trying to do their thing and trying to lead that positive life. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all can reach out anytime. My email, backtalk@famlife.net. That's backtalk@PHAMLIFE.net. If you want to email me, y'all want to come up on the show, y'all want to talk about your story, let me know. I could definitely get you up here so you can talk about everything that's going on. And, you know, just hold your head, don't give up, and keep trying to strive. Never, I've said it 3 times, never be silent again. Talk back right here on Back Talk with Cripple3030.
Yes, sir.